He was left on the steps of a cold orphanage with no name, no note, just a blanket and hope. The world gave up on him before he even learned how to speak. But while life tried to break him, he chose to build something instead. His name was Noah, and his story isn't about survival. It's about rising when you were never meant to stand. At age 5, while other kids played with toys, Noah swept the orphanage floors with bare hands. He didn't cry when he fell. He got back up every single time. He had nothing, but inside him burned a fire no storm could put out. At 7, he taught himself to read by sneaking into the storage room at night. By candlelight, he devoured books no one ever read: finance, science, philosophy, anything that made his mind grow. The other kids laughed at his dreams. But he knew one truth: dreams only sound funny to people who stop chasing theirs. At 10, he started repairing old radios and broken fans for villagers, earning pennies but building purpose. At 12, he built a solar-powered lamp from scraps, just so his little orphan brothers could study at night. He wasn't just solving problems, he was becoming the solution. By 15, he had read every book in the local library, twice. He didn't wear Nike or Adidas, but he walked like a king because he carried the weight of his vision. At 17, he left the orphanage with nothing but a bag, a heart full of grit, and an idea to change the world. He slept on benches, worked odd jobs, and coded on borrowed computers. People mocked his poverty, but never his discipline. He pitched his startup idea to 84 people. 83 said no. The 84th said, "I'll give you a chance, but just one." That was all he needed. His startup didn't just make money, it made noise. It solved real problems in real communities, problems no billionaire ever cared about. He used tech not to get rich, but to give back to kids like him who were left behind. By 23, Noah was a millionaire. By 26, a billionaire. But he never bought a mansion. He bought the orphanage that raised him and turned it into the world's most advanced innovation academy for underprivileged youth. He didn't build a brand, he built a legacy. People called him a genius. But he knew it wasn't genius, it was pain, molded into purpose. It was every lonely night, every no, every locked door, turned into the fuel that built an empire. Today, Noah mentors thousands, funds startups in poor regions, and walks into boardrooms with the same humility he had when he walked barefoot. When asked what his secret was, he smiles and says, "I was abandoned, not broken. And I turned silence into strategy." Because your beginning doesn't define you, your belief does. Because the world may write you off. But if you keep writing your own story, they'll have no choice but to read it. Noah's story isn't just inspiring, it's proof. Proof that where you start has nothing to do with where you can go. So if you've been counted out, forgotten, or left behind, remember this: you don't need a last name to leave a legacy. You don't need millions to build something that matters. All you need is relentless belief and the courage to begin. This isn't just a story. It's a call to every soul that's been thrown away. Rise, because greatness doesn't come from comfort. It rises from the ruins. And you're just one belief away from building a world that will never forget your name.